What is going on, YouTube? It is Primitive here, and today I'm going to be bringing you the finals of our most recent locals, and this is going to be between Bloomlord and Bloomlord. I did post a Bloomlord match recently saying that they did make it to the finals, and in the finals they are going to be playing against another Bloomlord player. At this tournament, I feel like it was pretty much all Bloomlord players, so it was bound to happen. I don't know what happened, but everybody decided to play green that day. But starting on the left side, we just have a red Digimon, nothing in the back, and then on the right side, we're building all the way up into a Cherrymon with a Digimon in the back. Going to be able to Digizorp into their own Cherrymon right here and just play out a Mimi, but that's not going to help you too much as you have a suspended Digimon. They are going to be at 4 and able to Digivolve up into a potential Mega, which can just swing over this Cherrymon, clear the only thing you have on board besides a Mimi, and not much is really going to be happening. So the thing is are you going to swing with the Pamumon and hope that it gets suspended and survives so that you can get the extra check? That is a pretty greedy play though, so we're just going to go with that Bloomlordmon. Swing over, wasn't able to unsuspend, so not gaining piercing this turn, and then just play out the Palmon going to 3. And now your opponent, if they don't hit a rookie right here, is looking super rough, and they actually do end up just scooping it up right there with no rookie. And honestly, fair enough. If all you're going to be able to do is just play out something like a champion, then your opponent can suspend it with something like Samadhi Santi, swing over it, be able to keep developing, and you just don't have anything going. But it is going to come on the other end now, as the player on the right will go first, have no rookie, go for the pass, and then on the left, we are going to be building up Red Veggie, Palmon, and then hard play the Cherrymon. So an unfortunate hand followed by an unfortunate hand with these Bloomlordmon decks. Not really how I would imagine this would go, especially because there is so much counterplay with these decks with the floodgates that they can play against each other, that just one player building up and the other player not being able to is a little bit different, because it's going to be incredibly hard for Bloomlord to be able to catch up from something like this. The comeback potential is not very high if you are missing pieces. You need the rookie to go into things like Sunflowermon. You need to get multiple Digimon on board and multiple Digizorption cards like Blossomon, so that way you can get up into your Bloomlords, and it's just incredibly hard. And we see the player on the other end is going to be going for the Sunflower plays, being able to play out these Digimon, and that is the player that is ahead, so it's going to be even harder for the other player to come back, especially with this Hydramon coming out. Going to be able to suspend, gain that memory, and then end of turn bottom deck that Cherrymon, go for the red Vegiemon, and this could just potentially be game this turn. There is enough stuff on board with them being champions that you could Digizorp enough and get up into a Bloomlordmon that could potentially go for a game and keep this Hydramon up. So gonna go ahead and just swing with the Hydramon first, get it suspended so that way you have more checks with Bloomlord later. And actually, never mind, I thought they were gonna go for a big Digizorption turn there, but instead just going to go with a Terriermon, putting the opponent to 2. No memory boost or anything on the board, and not really going to stop Digizorption, but it will stop them if they want to go up into something like their own Bloomlord. So going to go for the Cherrymon, just hard Digivolve, not suspending it, so that way the Hydramon doesn't bottom deck it and it doesn't get as easily swung over. But now you have 5 checks to 4 security, so I'd imagine we are just going to go ahead and swing in here. First check good, second check, I mean, really all you're scared of is something like Samadhi Santi or even just Grandel Sol, but gonna be able to just take it right there. It was pretty safe to be able to go in for game right there. And again, those were just 2 games that were very uncommon, I would say. That's not going to happen too much, but luckily going into game 3, we see both players have cards. So that means we will be having a full actual game here. So let's see who's gonna be able to take this game 3 after a couple of lazy games here. Couple floodgates out for the player on the right, which is very big. No memory gain, and not being able to play Digimon by effects is very big, because Bloomlordmon, Hydramon gaining you memory. Being able to play Digimon by effects is almost most of the cards in the deck, including this Ayatarmon that's in the back. So we are going to go with our own Pamumon. However, it is the other Pamumon that once it's suspended by an effect, you can suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So we can use this to suspend your opponent's Pamumon or Terriermon, which will allow you to clear off at least 1 floodgate, and then you can get something going, whether that be playing Digimon by effects or gaining that memory. But the thing about the Pamumon is even the player with the Pamumon is unable to play Digimon by effects either, because it is an all-turn. Both players are unable to, so we are going to use Ayatar's effect to suspend the Pamumon. Because of the other Pamumon, we are unable to play Digimon by effects, but you can still suspend it to suspend the Terriermon, and it looks like they chose to go for the Terrier, so valuing that memory gain, getting rid of that over the ability to play effects. It does affect the opponent as well, so it is a bit annoying to be able to get rid of the Palmumon. But the thing is with the Palmumon, you can just Digivolve Sunflowermon over it and then start playing effects, and so it won't really damage you as much. But now a Palmumon coming from the player on the left, pass and turn. Hydramon gonna be able to bottom deck that Cherrymon, and so just a lot of floodgates here. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, the floodgates are very powerful in this matchup. Very interesting that they're about to Digivolve over the Terriermon. I would assume that if you were trying to get aggressive, you'd want to keep the Terriermon so that they wouldn't be able to gain the memory from Hydramon, but now going to be able to Digizorp, be able to suspend the Pamu to suspend the opponent's Pamu. So now you can swing over it and regain the ability to play Digimon by effects, but it looks like they are going to value swinging over the other Palmumon that allows them to suspend Digimon when it's suspended by itself. So going to go for the HPD, going to be able to gain the memory thanks to the Bloomlord, and then unsuspend. We did unsuspend, gain 2 memories, so we are going to be able to pierce for 1-2 checks. Swinging into the green memory boost, which isn't that big of a deal at the moment because we still have a Terriermon on the board. But one thing is, if we did swing over the Palmumon that's on the board now earlier instead of the other Palmumon, we would have the ability to be able to go for something like Sunflowermon to be able to start playing Digimon by effects and potentially build up into another stack with the Bloomlordmon. But instead we are going to go for the Grandel Soul. We have 2 or more suspended Digimon, so it is only going to cost 6, meaning that we will just put the opponent at 3. We have the Terriermon on the board, so they won't be able to gain the memory off that green memory boost, setting them at only 3, which is really going to limit how much damage they can do this turn. You can grab a 1 to Digivolve Digimon and either Digivolve in the back or on board. Put your opponent to 1, and that will leave them at, again, minimal memory to where you could potentially get something going for you. But they have 3 swings on the board with a Terriermon. They have the Palmumon, which can suspend your Palmon or anything you play on the board to be able to just clear what's on there. So regardless if they want to go for an aggressive position or a defensive one, the player on the right is looking very powerful right now. So another Palmumon in the back, just being able to set up more rookies. We haven't seen something like a Mimi from either player this game, so that is slowing down a little bit of aggression that actually could matter at a time right now. If you had Mimi out, you could just easily double swing right here and then be able to tap the Mimi go in, but we are missing that form of aggression. Now just 1 check, swinging into pretty much just champions here, not looking too terrifying, and then another Terriermon coming out, putting the opponent at just 1. Double Floodgate Terriermon out there, so even if you were somehow able to get rid of 1, you're probably not getting rid of the other. We have another Digimon on the back in Raising, and I doubt you're going to be able to get rid of this Bloomlordmon, so it is looking incredibly rough for player on the left right now. Are going to be able to go for that Cherrymon Digivolve for 1 thanks for the Digizorption, but still this isn't going to give you too much. You are essentially shut off from your Megas because you don't have the memory to keep turn, and you won't be able to bottom deck enough with Hydramon for it to really matter, so we are just going to go for the Samadhi Santi. Going to suspend the Cherrymon to suspend the Terriermon so that way it doesn't unsuspend, but you're only able to redirect 1 attack with this Cherrymon here, so we're swinging and hoping this is Samadhi Santi or Grandel Soul, or it doesn't matter. And they didn't block the Bloomlord swing over the other swings just because if you redirect it you will be able to survive, so they were just hoping for the security check right there, but wasn't able to get it. So big shocker here, Bloomlord was able to take this match. But with that being said, if you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe because I'll be bringing you even more Digimon content. But I hope you have a fantastic day. Peace out.